the days when judges ruled and the bread began to fail, Elimelech took his family down the dusty Moab trail. Naomi was his wife, with their sons, a hopeful pair. But death came to the father and left a burden there. Mahlon and Kilian took wives of Moab's daughter. For 10 years passed in silence by the salt and by the water. The sons they passed away too, in the shadow of the grave, leaving 3 lone women with a soul they had to save. Naomi heard the news that the Lord had visited his own, giving food to Bethlehem, where the harvest seeds were sown. She told her daughters-in-law, go back to your mother's door. May the Lord deal kindly with you as you've done for those no more. Orpah kissed her mother and she turned back to her guys, but Ruth clung to Naomi through the heavy, lonely eyes. Don't urge me to leave you or to turn my back and flee. Where you go, I will go, for your heart belongs to me. Your people shall be mine, and your God shall be my king. Where you die, I will die, beneath the Father's wing. So the 2 of them walked on until the town was in their sight. Is this Naomi? Cried the crowds within the morning light. Do not call me pleasant, call me bitter, she replied. For I went out full but empty-handed, I returned inside. It was the barley harvest when they reached the house of bread, and Ruth went to the field, so the 2 of them were fed. As it happened, she was gleaning in a field of golden grain, belonging to a man named Boaz, through the sun and through the rain. Boaz came from Bethlehem and saw the stranger there. Who is this young woman with the spirit and the prayer? His servant told the story of the kindness she had shown to the widow of his kinsman, far away from all she'd known. Boaz said to Ruth, don't go to any other field. Stay here with my maidens, for the bounty it will yield. I've heard of all you've done since your husband passed away. May the Lord reward your work through every single day. She bowed down to the ground and she wondered at the grace given to a foreigner in such a holy place. At mealtime he invited her to sit and eat the bread, and he dipped it in the vinegar until the girl was fed. He told his men to pull some stalks and leave them in her way. So she gathered up an ephah by the closing of the day. Naomi saw the grain and she asked, where did you glean? Ruth told her of the master and the mercy she had seen. The man is our redeemer, cried the widow with a start. The Lord has not forgotten the kindness of his heart. So Ruth stayed in the fields until the harvest work was done. Underneath the summer heat and the glowing of the sun, and she went down to the floor at her mother's own command to ask for the protection of the master of the land. Boaz took her as his wife before the elders at the gate, and a son